Hello, welcome to LADA Life. I'm Linnea May Huxford. Today I'm going to provide some tips on how to save money. Diabetes can cost a lot of money, the supplies, the doctor visits, right? The first thing to talk about is the glucose test strips. The test strips are the most expensive part of testing your blood sugar if you're using a glucose meter. Depending on how often you test your blood sugar, you might go through a lot of test strips. Now, there are a lot of glucose meters out there. Some connect to your computer, some have voice and can talk to you. I have found that that glucose meters generally all work pretty well. So I have not found it to be a concern around accuracy. So generally, I would say choose the glucose meter that has the most affordable test strips. And what will be the most affordable test strips? It depends. If you have insurance, it may be whatever your insurance covers, whatever brand they cover. If you do not have insurance, then you might want to go for like a low-cost brand. And the cheapest brand I have found has been the Rely On brand. The Rely On brand is from Walmart. I make no money if you buy the Rely On brand. This is not an affiliate sales thing. This is just sharing information. There is so many different kinds of Rely On meters. And as you can see here, currently the test strips are only $9 for 50 test strips, which is cheaper than a lot of the brand names. The cost of insulin can be difficult. Fortunately, there are a lot of savings programs. So if you look up the manufacturer who makes your insulin, you may find that they have a coupon or a savings program. Lilly has an insulin affordability program. There is a coupon for Novolog. Whatever type of insulin you use, look up the manufacturer, and if you need help, you can also reach out to your pharmacist and see if they can help you find out about the savings program. And I will link in the description to some resources about how to save money on insulin. Perhaps the most frustrating thing is when you go to the doctor or you have to go to the hospital and you get a surprise medical bill that may be in the hundreds or thousands of dollars. This happened to me. I scheduled an appointment with a regular doctor. I was moving and I could not get an appointment with an endocrinologist because there was a very long wait time. It was a 3-month wait time, and I was really concerned about getting my insulin prescription. So I lined up an appointment with a regular doctor. And I got my prescription from that doctor. It was a very short visit, and he just asked me some questions and asked me what I wanted, and I told him exactly what I wanted. That was the whole visit. And then, surprise, I got a bill for over $600, which was really much, much higher than I expected. And I did some research into the billing codes, and I found that they had charged me for an urgent visit, and there is no way this was urgent since this had been scheduled many months out. It took 2 phone calls to the billing office to get this straightened out. The first time I called them, they just acted, oh, medical visits are expensive. And they told me there's a new patient fee. And that, yes, I found out, yes, there's a new patient fee. This is typical. But then I researched the billing codes and they were charging me for an urgent visit. So on that second call, I had more information. And I said, this billing code does not align with what happened. And I got the bill reduced from $663 down to $292. So if you get a surprise bill, look at those billing codes and see what you're being charged for. And if you get a hospital bill, get an itemized bill of everything they're charging you for. It's unbelievable sometimes what they charge you for. I know somebody who had surgery on their face and they got a charge for training for using crutches. They did not need crutches. And there were a lot of things itemized on that hospital bill that did not actually happen. The other thing is if you use a CGM, there are several different types of CGMs out there. There's a Dexcom CGM and there's also Freestyle Libre CGM. In my experience, the Freestyle Libre CGM was cheaper. So you may want to ask your doctor what other alternatives there are. Sometimes doctors do not always prescribe a certain brand based on cost. You need to be assertive for yourself and ask them, is there a cheaper alternative? Another thing is sometimes doctors' offices have samples. So ask if they have any samples. They might be able to give you something to try out that'll save you some money. If you take medication, see if you can get a generic. A generic medication might work just as well for you and may cost you less money. One thing to do is when you, if you have insurance and it's up for renewal, consider the different insurance plans. If you didn't have diabetes before but now do, your health costs have probably gone up, and maybe a plan with a lower deductible would be better for you and save money in the long run. So there's a lot of different things to consider. Please share your tips below in the comments. What have you found works to save you money on diabetes supplies and medical treatment? Perhaps together we can find ways to make this cost less. Check out my free ebook, What They Don't Tell You About Insulin Pumps But I Will. What you really need to know before starting. How to navigate the ups and downs of pump life. Lessons they don't always teach you in training. Personal stories, hard-won wisdom, and honest advice. Get your free copy today at insulinpumplife.com or scan the QR code pictured here. When I was diagnosed with LADA diabetes, my endocrinologist said I was a good candidate for an insulin pump. At the time, I had no idea what an insulin pump was, and it just felt very scary. Fast forward many years, and now I use an insulin pump, and it's been a very good decision. Insulin pumps have become very advanced, and it makes my life easier. However, it's not all rainbows, so definitely if you're thinking about an insulin pump or want to know more about an insulin pump, check out my free ebook on my website, insulinpumplife.com.